Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this May the 6th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Saturday out there so far. Hope everybody continues to have a great day and also continue to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video we're going to be talking about the satellite loop across the lower 48. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warnings, and advisory map. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today, Sunday, and Monday. So let's and then go ahead and get the show on the road here. As we looking at the satellite loop across the lower 48. You can see we got a little system down here over Louisiana and Mississippi. Will continue to push off to the east. This system may clip the southern portions of Alabama, Georgia, maybe southern South Carolina later on today. We got another little system over here in Texas that's going to bring some severe weather today as well. Also, we got more active showers and storms and some snow over here in the upper Midwest and also the Midwest as well. And we got quiet conditions over the northeastern and the east coast of the United States at this time. Alright, let's take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Like I said, you got quiet conditions from Maine all the way down into Alabama and northern Mississippi and northern Georgia, South Carolina. You got a little system here bringing some shower, maybe some shower activity, maybe a rumble of thunder across East Florida, maybe in the southeast Georgia, and off into the coastal waters off the Florida coast. There's that little system you're seeing on the satellite loop bringing some shower and thunderstorm activity to the Florida, off the Louisiana coast, headed towards southern Alabama and the Panhandle of Florida. Maybe get some shower and thunderstorm activity later on this afternoon. Also, we have some more shower and thunderstorm activity over portions of Illinois and Missouri, back in the portion of Wisconsin, also in the southern portion of Canada. Also, we got some shower and thunderstorm activity also over here in portions of North and South Dakota as well. Rain, snow showers over portions of Wyoming and also back in the western Montana, Idaho, Nevada, and also into the mountain chains of California, all the way back into Washington State and Oregon as well. We got some more showers over here in portions of northern Minnesota, moving into portions of southern Canada. Got some more rain and snow over southern Canada as well. Guam, you look A-OK. Don't see nothing there on the radar. Central and South Alaska got a few rain and snow showers there. And around the Hawaiian chain island got some showers and thunderstorms just on the north side and north and central side. But that will continue to push away from the island. But there may be some more scattered showers and storm may develop later on this afternoon in y'all's region. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the watches, warnings, and advisory map across the lower 48. As you can see, we got special weather statements for portions of northern New York, all the way into portions of New Hampshire, Vermont, and also into Maine. There's some gale warnings and special marine warnings for the coastal waters from southern Mississippi into southeastern Louisiana. Also, we have some red flag warnings over New Mexico and also into eastern Colorado. Wind advisories over portions of Montana. Got some river flood warnings still going in North Dakota, Minnesota, and also portions of South Dakota as well. Special weather statements going on for maybe some shower and thunderstorm activity over southern Texas. Also, we got a winter weather advisory for north central California. Frost advisories in effect for the upper northwest portion of California as well. Also, we have some hydro issues over portions of Wyoming, also into Idaho, also western Montana, also into portions of southern Washington State, and also northeastern Oregon. Some flood advisories over portions of eastern Oregon and also west central portions of Idaho and also northern Idaho as well. Got a flood watch in effect for you guys there as well in northeast Washington State and northern Oregon as well. Alaska looks good. The Hawaiian chain island got a few gale warnings around y'all's vicinity. Alright, let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today. We got general thunderstorms over portions of central and much of Florida, that is, down into the Florida Keys. Also over here in portions of Louisiana, back into Mississippi, through portions of Missouri, back into Kentucky, Ohio, back into portions of Michigan, northern Wisconsin, also back into Minnesota, back to Montana, back to Oregon and northern California, Nevada, and Utah as well, and Wyoming. You got a marginal risk for severe weather over portions of northern Kansas and the central and southern South Dakota, southern Minnesota, back all the way into southern Wisconsin, also back into portions of Indiana, Illinois, also into Missouri. Got a slight risk of severe weather over northeast Missouri, southeastern, central, and southeastern Iowa, southern Wisconsin, and much of Illinois. Also, we have a marginal risk down here in Texas, all the way back into portion of Arkansas and Oklahoma. We have a slight risk in Texas and Oklahoma, and enhanced risk over southern Oklahoma and central Texas. A marginal risk down here in central and southern Louisiana. And if you're in the marginal risk, this includes Chicago, Illinois, San Antonio, Texas, Indianapolis, Indiana, Austin, Texas, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Also a slight risk, this includes St. Louis, Missouri, this is Delmont, Iowa, Aurora, Illinois, Rockford, Illinois, Napa, Illinois. Also the enhanced risk includes Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Plano, Texas, and Garland, Texas. All right, let's take a look at the tornado probability for today. We have a 2% over Texas and southern Louisiana. Oklahoma. Texas and Oklahoma. Also over here in portions of western Indiana, Illinois, southern Wisconsin, also back into portions of Iowa. We have a 5% over Iowa as well in northeast Missouri, and also western Illinois for 5% chance of a tornado. The 2%, this includes Chicago, Illinois, Dallas, Texas, Indianapolis, Indiana, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas. The 5% include Delmont, Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Davenport, Iowa, Iowa City, Iowa, and West Des Moines, Iowa. Let's take a look at the wind probability for today. We have 5% in the brown, stands for South Dakota, back to Indiana and Illinois, also into Missouri and southern Wisconsin and southern Minnesota. We have 5% over northeastern Missouri, also into southeastern Iowa, and also into west central Illinois. We have a 5, 15, and 30% over Texas, all the way into Louisiana, Arkansas, and also into Oklahoma. And also 5% down here in Louisiana. And a significant risk for some damaging winds is in Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Plano, Texas, and Garland, Texas. The 30%, this includes Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Plano, Texas, and Garland, Texas. The 15%, this includes Aurora, Illinois, Rockford, Illinois, Naperville, Illinois, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Waco, Texas. Also the 5% includes Chicago, Illinois, San Antonio, Texas, Indianapolis, Indiana, Austin, Texas, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And let's take a look at the hail probability for today. We have a 5%, like I say, from South Dakota back into portions of Indiana and Illinois and Missouri. Also down here in Arkansas to Oklahoma, back into Texas. Also down here in Louisiana. We have a 15% over here in portions of Illinois back into Iowa, northeast Missouri, and southern Wisconsin. Also we have a 30% over Texas and Oklahoma as well. And the significant hail would be Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Plano, Texas, and Garland, Texas. The 30% include Wichita Falls, Texas, Weatherford, Texas, Brownville, Texas, Mineral Wells, Texas, Stevensville, Texas. 15% include Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri, Plano, Texas. And a 5% includes Chicago, Illinois, San Antonio, Texas, Indianapolis, Indiana, Austin, Texas, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at day 2 outlook. We got general thunderstorms all the way from Texas to South Carolina, all the way up into portions of Pennsylvania, Missouri, Michigan, back to Wisconsin, Minnesota, back to Montana, Idaho, back over to eastern Washington State, all the way back to portions of northern Colorado. We have a marginal risk over central Texas through Oklahoma, all the way into portions of eastern Kansas, northern Missouri, back into portions of Indiana, western Ohio, southern Missouri, Michigan, back into portions of Wisconsin, also just a little sliver of Minnesota, and also portions of Iowa as well. If you're in the marginal risk area, sorry about that, folks. It's still refreshing. Alright, if you're in the marginal risk, this includes Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis, Indiana, Fort Worth, Texas, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And if you're in the slight risk, this includes Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, Del Mar, Iowa, St. Joseph, Missouri, and Council Bluffs, Iowa. And let's take a look at the tornado probability for your Sunday. We have a 2% over a portion of eastern Kansas, southeast Nebraska, much of Iowa, and northwest Missouri. And if you're in these areas, Kansas City, Missouri, Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, Del Mar, Iowa, and Overland Park, Kansas. Let's take a look at the wind probability. 5% in Texas, all the way to western Ohio and Indiana, southern Wisconsin, back in the Nebraska as well, and also Iowa. We have a 15% over eastern Nebraska, northeastern Kansas, and also northwest Missouri and southern portion of Iowa. And if you're in the 5%, this includes Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis, Indiana, Fort Worth, Texas, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And if you're in the 15%, this includes Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, Del Mar, Iowa, St. Joseph, Missouri, and Council Bluffs, Iowa. And let's take a look at the hail probability. We still have 5% from portions of Ohio back in the northern Kentucky through Indiana, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, all the way back into Texas. We have a 15% of significant severe weather over portion of eastern Kansas and portion of Iowa and northwest Missouri. And let's take a look at the significant severe weather. Would be Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, St. Joseph, Missouri, Council Bluffs, Iowa, Bellevue, Nebraska. 15% Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, Del Mar, Iowa, St. Joseph, Missouri, Council Bluffs, Iowa. And the 5% includes Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis, Indiana, Fort Worth, Texas, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Okay, let's take a look at your day 3 outlook now. We do have some more severe weather to talk about for day 3, and that would be into Monday. We have general thunderstorms extending from the East Coast, from, like I said, from Washington, D.C. down to Georgia to the Carolinas, all the way back over to Minnesota, Wisconsin, also back over to Montana, Washington State, Oregon, Idaho, back down into Texas. We have a marginal risk extending from Texas through Oklahoma, southeastern Kansas, through Missouri, back over to southern Illinois, southern Indiana, back over into Kentucky, northern Tennessee. And if you're in the marginal risk, this includes Fort Worth, Texas, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Kansas City, Missouri, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, Arlington, Texas. Slight risk includes St. Louis, Missouri, Evansville, Indiana, Columbus, Missouri, St. Charles, Missouri, and Owensboro, Kentucky. And the probability for severe weather is 5% from Texas all the way to Kentucky, 15% through Missouri, all the way into portions of southern Illinois and southwest Iowa. And if you're in the 5%, this includes Fort Worth, Texas, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Kansas City, Missouri, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, Arlington, Texas. And if you're in the 15%, this includes St. Louis, Missouri, Evansville, Indiana, Columbus, Missouri, St. Charles, Missouri, and Owensboro, Kentucky. Okay, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. And we will catch you back in the next video.